Alright guys, so I've always had this roller coaster journey with self-love because I felt like doing things for myself, putting myself first and pouring into myself was kind of selfish. So for the longest time, I ranked myself behind the scene, feeling guilty anytime I did something nice for myself. But no, not any longer, because I love myself, not in a condescending way. I love myself, and if you love something, you spend time with it, take care of it, nourish it. And if you're willing to treat others the same way, then why don't you want to treat yourself like that? And so today I'm going to share with you some of my top most self-love habits and ways you can practice self-love, especially if you are in your 20s. And coming up at number 1 is to hold yourself in high esteem. Stop saying horrible things about yourself, because if you did not grow up in an environment where you are loved and supported and uplifted, it's so hard not to believe the kind of demeaning things that people have to say about you and develop a complete sense of self-worth. It's high time you walk past all those circumstances that make you look down on yourself, because your self-worth is not dependent on external circumstances that happen in your life. And sometimes we get caught feeling this way because we are not our best self and we feel we are in a very crappy state and therefore do not deserve love. But it's not true. Everybody deserves love. Everybody deserves to be praised. Everybody deserves to be talked about with dignity. And so if that is the case, if that is how you're feeling, then moving on to this next step will be very crucial for you, and that is to pour into yourself. So the opposite of self-love for me is having a heightened sense of regard towards other people at the expense of yourself. I'm a Christian and I believe so much in having sacrificial love for people, being able to serve people out of your heart. But make sure that when you do that, you have your health and well-being at the back of your mind. I was talking to a friend about how depressed I was feeling, and he told me that, Franca, make sure that you're taking very good care of yourself. Make sure that before you help others, you help yourself first. Make sure you're pouring into yourself first, because at the end of the day, if anything should happen to you, those people will bid you farewell and soon forget that you even existed. Sometimes we prioritize relationships and work over our own well-being, but it's time to channel that energy back into developing ourselves. Stop allowing people to take advantage of your kindness. Take back control of your own life and stop being a people pleaser. Pouring into yourself is not only about having bubble baths and tea times, because even though those things are important, having a deep regard for yourself and parenting yourself helps you come to this place of fulfillment where helping others comes from a place of sincerity from your heart, and not because you are forced to or because you feel you need to do it. You are able to pour into other people with love if you love yourself and pour into yourself first, because you cannot pour from an empty cup. Next self-love habit I want to talk about is to be flexible. Be flexible with yourself. Don't tie yourself so much to your goals that you become adamant to change and miss opportunities even when they start glaring at you. If you have certain expectations which are not being met right now, ask yourself, which other decent way can you get the same fulfillment? Don't become too judgy with your choices, because you cannot control everything. Next self-love habit I want us to look at is to be intentional. Make choices because they are good for you and not because you saw it somewhere, got inspired and so decided to copy it. Your choices would make more sense to you if they are in alignment with your value system. Here's an example. If you choose to buy a new set of clothes, are you doing it because they suit your body, they suit your taste, and you can wear it to the places where you normally go to? Or you're doing it because you saw an influencer wear them and it looked good on her? It's about owning your decisions and operating from your own mind. Another self-love habit I want to talk about is to set boundaries. It just hit me hard recently that once you start setting boundaries, the people and things which are not meant to be in your life will start dropping off willingly. There are a lot of people who come at you and just want you to say yes. They feel like they own your life. They feel like because they've given you certain privileges, you need to kowtow to everything that they say. But if you don't learn to say no, you're going to get overwhelmed, which is not good for your mental health. Don't be afraid to walk out on the people that disrespect you and choose the things that serve you. Stop trying to constantly change to please everybody, because it's impossible. You cannot say yes to everyone, cannot please everybody. At the end of the day, you end up with so much on your hand you can't even handle. Show yourself unconditional love, and that includes saying no to the things that disrespect and drain your energy. Next self-love habit I want to talk about is to develop routine. So this could be morning routines, bedtime routines, skincare routine. Whatever routine you decide to develop, it's going to really help you, because routines bring structure into your life. Morning routines especially are so important because they set this tone of orderliness for a day and help you deal with the stress that come up in the day. Allocate time where you prep yourself in advance for the day by developing a schedule or to-do list that serves your interest. I find planning the next day before going to bed very useful, because it helps me wake up with a prepared mind, knowing what to touch and not now come to juggle things around and find something to do. And this next habit is so important, which everybody who thinks they love themselves should do, is to rest. Like, find time to rest. It's very common to feel trapped in this hustle culture thing and feel guilty when you over rest. I'm guilty of this myself, because it's either you are having a very demanding job or you are having more than one job, and juggling these things together, it's not easy. But you must find time to rest your body, because your body needs you to keep functioning. Even God rested, so why not you? God, who created the world, who has all the strength he can to continue working tirelessly, even he allocated one day to rest. So why not you? If the creator says time to rest, why not the creation? What's the point in punishing your flesh, getting overexhausted and losing your mind? See, learn to leave control of certain things into the hands of God, because you cannot control everything. Sometimes it's grace that pushes you in certain places. There was a time that I was worried about a lot of things. I couldn't think, I couldn't rest. But when God rose up, he did his thing. Like, I just watched God doing his thing. He did his thing seamlessly. So find time to rest, because rest is good for your body, mind, and the people around you. The next self-love habit I want to talk about is to stop comparing yourself to people. Even though you may have heard this 1,000 times, I feel like life is in phases, episodes, chapters, name it. So when you are in chapter 2, somebody that you are comparing yourself to is in like chapter 15 or chapter 18. You know how much hard work or money they had to put into before they get to that stage of life. So comparing yourself to them is unfair to yourself and your journey. Stop stressing yourself over where people are and focus your energy on your journey and yourself. Focus your energy on becoming the best that you could ever be and be the main character of your life. If you want to learn more about being the main character of your life, then watch this video where I share with you secrets on how I became the main character in my story. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel. If you find this video helpful, give it a like so it can spread to more people. Make sure to watch this video, and until I see you next time, take care of yourself.